Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here on this Tuesday, the 18th day of the 8th month, a day which weather-wise has turned out to be a bit rainy and stormy for a large portion of McGoffin County, almost half geographically, opposite the direction that you're looking at over my shoulder, but primarily to the north. In McGoffin County, we are seeing some showers and thunderstorms riding along a line that is yet to dip through or down into the rest of McGoffin and Johnson County, but I'll give you the likelihood and possibility of that in just a few moments as we talk about this continuing cold front traveling across eastern Kentucky and the viewing area in just a few moments. I've been promising some good news for the past couple of nights. I've got some of it ready for tonight. Still some more to do, but good giving story that we've had the great fortune to talk about the likes of in some similar ways over the past few weeks here on the show and in the Sagersville Independent. I've got new information on the local COVID update, also some more Sagersville businesses receiving official citations as of today. Also the state update as well, and a couple of arrests making headlines tonight. I do not have today's numbers for the Johnson County Health Department. I know that yesterday, Johnson County Health Department was reporting, I believe it was 5 new cases just yesterday, actually 6 cases reported of COVID-19 in Johnson County today, which included one man, a 19-year-old male who was considered to be asymptomatic, a 42-year-old woman, another 18-year-old man, and a 42-year-old man, all asymptomatic, another 57-year-old asymptomatic, one in their 30s said to be symptomatic. The Gateway District Health Department, which serves Morgan County and Rowan County, reporting 5 new cases yesterday, 3 in Morgan, 2 in Rowan. Again, I don't have numbers for those neighboring and or area counties, so to speak, today, but I do have McGoffin counties today. I don't have our public health director with us directly tonight or in person via the internet. He was in a meeting earlier this afternoon, but stepped out long enough to give me the following information, saying that we had one additional case of COVID-19 confirmed here in McGoffin County earlier today, which brings our total number of cases to 58. Now, this was said to be involving a man in his early 70s, around 74 years of age, which has been hospitalized as a result of his condition and symptoms related to COVID-19. He is one of, I believe, currently 3 or maybe 4 McGoffin Countyans still hospitalized out of those 58 to date positive cases. Now, we also, of course, have been getting updates from our public health director and Mayor Pete Shepard in regards to citations being issued to Sagersville and McGoffin County businesses for failure to follow requirements in regards to mainly mask mandates. There have been 2 new businesses added to that list tonight, in addition to the Dollar General store in Bloomington that I think was the initial citation that was issued by the McGoffin County Health Department last week. Shepard today confirms that he has issued similar citations to the BP or Double Quick on 114 and also the VIP Fuels gas station Convenient Mart on 114 as well, both for failure to require customers to wear masks once inside the store and not necessarily related to employees. He also says that he issued a verbal warning to the Sagersville Save-A-Lot earlier today for similar occurrences, this also involving possible employee activity as well, not wearing their mask. The mayor saying he'd received several complaints, and upon following up on those in his presence, they were actually wearing their masks at that time, thus only a verbal warning at this time, but he says that more local businesses will be the subject of citation, more than likely, based on their investigation before the end of the week. 21 years I've been here. We'll simply go with the citation. A McGoffin County man has been arrested for falsely reporting an incident endangering the welfare of a minor and other serious charges. This after Sagersville, and I believe assisted by the state police, responded to a 911 call of a McGoffin County man who called needing assistance from authorities to help remove the octopus from his bathtub drain. Police citations say that shortly before 8 o'clock last night, Sagersville PD officer Mike Nichols went to the Mountain Manor Apartments here in Sagersville upon response to a call to 911 from a man asking for authorities to come and save him from the octopus in his bathtub drain. After police determined that there indeed was no octopus, after arriving there, the caller, who was this man identified as Hager Rao, gave them consent to search the apartment where they likely found the source for the octopus. Police citations say they found a needle with an unknown substance in the bottom of a pop can, possibly Suboxone, in a cookie jar that was also said to be in a room that was also occupied by a small child just feet away. In addition to calling 911 about the octopus in the bathtub, police also noted that Rao also showed many other signs of being under the influence of drugs. He was arrested for falsely reporting the incident, possession of a controlled substance in the third degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, and endangering the welfare of a minor. Citations also say that there was another person arrested at the same apartment at the time, a Jessica Mullins, who was said to have come to visit her child, who was charged with endangering the welfare of a minor as well, possession of a controlled substance in the third degree, 2 counts for 2 different kinds of pills that were in a cigarette wrapper, as well as possession of a controlled substance in its improper or in a improper container. Both were taken to the Big Sandy jail. I'll be right back. Connolly Tire in Staffordsville is now a proud partner of Rough Country for all of your suspension and lift kit applications. And you can always go to ConnollyTire.net to get the latest offers. Like right now, $100 when you buy a set of Mickey Thompsons, $100 on a set of Continentals, and many, many more summer deals, including $35 computer diagnostics. That's Connolly Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. So last month, I guess it was, I told you, as we did here in the Sagersville Independent as well, of the overwhelming response to North Magoffin Elementary's principal realizing that a student needed a fan to help try to beat the summer heat, and how he and others quickly realized that that wasn't the only student. In fact, there's a really great need across the entire county for just such a thing or things. And in the heat of the summer, Mr. Keith Isaac of North Magoffin called his friend and well-known local philanthropist, Paul Gumby Montgomery, and in a few short days, as we told you, donations started pouring in, well over $9,000 that helped to purchase over 600 fans with some money left over. Well, I'm adding to that report tonight. This time, though, it's not fans, it's shoes. A lot of shoes.
Well, we done the fans thing last month. There's a man pulled up my driveway a couple weeks ago, and he said a gentleman here in Sayreville wanted to remain anonymous, and he said, "Now, if you mention my name, don't ever come to me again." And he said, "Something's been on my heart to do," and he said, "I need to do it." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "I want to do something to help some kids get ready for school." And he said, "I want you to do it." And I said, "Well, I'll do whatever you want me to do." And he reached out $2,500 and said, "Now, go see what they need." And I said, "Well, what do you want me to get them?" He said, "Just go find out what they need." So I got in contact with the resource girls, and they said since they wasn't having no shoe drive this year because of COVID-19, that they needed shoes.
And the next day, another ultra-kind anonymous donor brought Montgomery another $3,000, And with some other donations, all totaling over $6,000, he called none other than Magoffin County's Family Resource Youth Service Center directors, and they made a plan.
So I cut a deal with the Rack Room in Pikeville, shoe store in Pikeville, and real good place. This guy gave me what we got. We got $8,000 worth of shoes for $5,000. So every school got $1,000 initially, and then plus more. So it was all divided equally between the 5 schools in the county. And he told us to come back again, we'll do it again. This guy, I mean, it was unbelievable. He just kept giving discounts. And when it was all done, on the receipt, it was, he gave me $3,200 and some odd dollars worth of shoes.
All the Family Resource Center directors came armed with a list and sizes for all the kids in their school that they knew that they needed to get shoes for. And after they filled those lists, they still had thousands of dollars to spend, so they kept shopping and bought an unknown, and I mean an unknown number of shoes that afternoon to bring back to Magoffin County schools. I don't want to say you fell into this niche. You've worked yourself into this niche. So what's next coming around that corner?
Coach for Kids this fall, and I've aggravated people to death bumping money, but I figure sometime 1st of October stuff I'm going to start hitting them again. But last year we done 95 kids out of the school system, and each kid got $100 spent on them for get them ready for winter, and they basically got a pair of shoes, winter shoes, socks, underwear, and pants, and if they had a coat, they got a hoodie. If they didn't have a coat, they got a coat. And these girls are just so organized. I mean, and plus Michael Helton at the high school, you know, they're really organized at what they do, and it just no time they're in and out of there, and they know who needs what, and I have no idea the kids' names, have no clue, but they do, and they know what they're doing.
Those indeed are the stories we like to share. Not necessarily liking that there is a need, of course, but to see people answer that need and come to the assistance of those who are trying to help see that that gets done. That's a big thing. Congratulations to you all. Now, on a similar note of need, as I'm making this plea each and every weeknight, in our update for the Magoffin County Community Day 2020 event, the online fundraiser, well, just a reminder that every dollar you donate gets matched by $2 up to $35,000 and split absolutely equally and 100% between all of the 18 participating nonprofits. You know who they are. I'll go through them again here in a few days, but you know who they are. They participate essentially the same groups, give or take, each and every year. They depend on those monies that they raise through the Community Day, through their raffles, through the match from the Community Foundation as a part of their annual funding to help them conduct their services. And Community Day, thanks to COVID-19, like everything else in this country, was a bust this year. So the Magoffin County Foundation has put together that portal that you can go to donate. And that's what we're asking you to do. More than $1,000 donated thus far, but only about 16 donors. So if you can, please, anything that you can donate, do so. You only have until the end of the month. And I know firsthand how procrastination works because I'm the king of it at times. So don't wait until it's too late. If you can, please go to the website that you're about to see here and help support the Magoffin County Community Foundation as they help support our local nonprofits. We'll be talking to some of those nonprofits a little later on in the week and throughout next and trying to encourage you to donate. But for now, if you can, please do. The fields and the stands may be empty, and big events as we know them are just gone for 2020, but there is still a real need that's out there. Magoffin County Community Day needs your support. For the past 16 years, Community Day has been instrumental in helping our local nonprofits and civic groups raise the funds for all the good things they do for our community. And this year, instead of the traditional event, the 2020 Magoffin County Community Day fundraising activities are going to continue with an online fundraiser that's open until August the 31st. Where gifts can be made online at bgcf.givingfuel.com/communityday to support our 18 local nonprofits who need your help now more than ever. All the money raised will be split equally between those groups, And most importantly, for every dollar you donate, the foundation will match it with $2 up to 35 grand. That means your gift of $20 becomes 60, or your gift of $100 becomes $300 to support those important programs and crucial services provided by our local nonprofits. So please go to bgcf.givingfuel.com/community day and donate today. It's hard to describe the t-shirt lines and looks in right now at the seasonal shop, but I'm going to try. 2 of them are made right here in KY, Ridge and Holler, because, in Kentucky, you're always in one or the other, and both are always beautiful. Just check these designs out. The other is Yonder, and it's made in Pikeville, and it's just as cool and creative and all Kentucky. Definitely something there to appeal to everyone. And the ever-popular Turnrow brand, also at the seasonal shop for all fans of anything farming. And you can come into the shop and experience the magic of perfectly chilled drinks. For regular and slim cans, regular or even wine bottles, cups, and more. It's the Cadillac of koozies by Brewmate. All colors and styles in stock right now at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar has an announcement pertaining to another way that life has changed in regards to the pandemic. This announcement for all potential McGoffin County Head Start students. That announcement being that the McGoffin County Head Start program is going to be offering virtual classes for this school year, which again starts September the 8th for everyone else. To find out more about the Head Start classes virtually and when they begin, call 349-3488. Call your Head Start in McGoffin County to find out more about this new learning opportunity to get your kids a head start. 349-3488. A reminder, the County Agricultural Investment Program application period is ongoing now, and it's over September the 4th. Contact Edison McCarty if you have any questions, 349-6067, and contact me if you've got any announcements that you want everyone to know about. Local obituaries brought to you nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. A reminder tonight of services for 82-year-old Arnold Wireman of Gunlock, who passed away on Sunday. He's survived by his wife, Farley Wireman, as well as sons Jimmy Roger, Randall, David Ray, Paul Douglas, and A.J. Wireman, daughters Deborah Gamble and Jacqueline Helton, as well as 3 brothers, Aaron, Albert, and Jimmy Wireman, and sisters Thelma Wireman and Josephine Anderson, as well as a host of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Services take place tomorrow morning starting at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation continues until 9 this evening, also at the funeral home. Burial will follow at the Arnold Wireman Family Cemetery at Gunlock after services tomorrow. Oh, it's what a lot of you have been waiting for. They're back, but only for a limited time. Loaded potato wedges at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. That's right, our famous hand-cut homemade potato wedges smothered in cheddar cheese, real crispy bacon, topped with either sour cream or ranch, your choice. And they're still only $2.49 with tax. Get them while you can at your Sagersville Lee's. Summer heat and no AC make for a miserable drive. But don't sweat it. Call Black Smoke Performance in Sayersville for inspection, diagnostics, and repair by qualified technicians with the latest technology and equipment. Don't suffer in the summer heat. Get your air conditioning fixed today at Black Smoke Performance. We as a society, as a county, state, and nation have come to put a lot of faith in our body temperature as it pertains to the pandemic, specifically those temperature screenings that are done before we can enter restaurants or public buildings. But like most everything or many other things related to the COVID-19 pandemic, this entire process has been a learn as we go. Those public thermometer scans for COVID-19 might not be as useful as we had thought, and actually, says doctors now, many might even be helping spread the disease because, well, for a lot of reasons. One, they can be very inaccurate, and not everyone with COVID-19 actually even has a fever, and they also perhaps lull us into a false sense of security, thinking, well, if we don't have a fever, we're not contagious or positive at this time. Dr. Anthony Fauci himself, in his own remarks, saying that on numerous occasions his temperature has fluctuated. One time before entering a building, 103 degrees, he stood out in the heat. He went to his car, cooled down, and it was down to a normal 97.5. Another day, his temperature on his body scan was 93 degrees, which would mean that he was nearing being clinically dead. And that could be giving folks a false sense of security and actually causing them to kind of be around each other in numbers when they really shouldn't be. They might even be contagious and not have a fever. Thermometers might be actually helping spread the coronavirus, according to health officials and the latest from the CDC and others. And it's actually been determined and well known that the first few days that someone has COVID-19 is when they are most infectious, and often at times you're at that point not experiencing a fever. Temperature measurements also could miss about 50% of all infected people, says the Food and Drug Administration. Personally, I can attest that, and you may recall me keeping you up to date on Lacey's situation, while she was symptomatic for 3 or 4 days and, felt pretty rough there on a couple of occasions. At no time, from the time she tested positive to the time she was symptomatic to not and has since recovered, did she ever have a fever. Just a little food for thought. Going on to our statewide update today from Governor Beshear. A few things to discuss in addition to today's numbers, which were pretty much on par with where they have been. That's not necessarily a bad thing either, he says. But he spoke of several things prior to his remarks. The Lieutenant Governor reminded everyone and announced the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment here in Kentucky, honoring women in Kentucky and encouraging them to break voting record numbers this fall and to get out and express their right to vote, now in effect for that long. Also, referring to the map that I showed you on yesterday, in his remarks, the governor says that there are several Kentucky counties which have gained notice of the White House in regards to increased activity, McGoffin County being one of those. And the governor also stressing not to take chances with the unknown, just like the unknown a second ago that I referred to. Doctors now saying that having a temperature check might not be a telltale sign of you having COVID-19, and that there are many health risks, the governor says, that we may not even know about for a long, long time to come.
And that's that public health officials are becoming increasingly concerned that we don't know the full impact and effect of this virus because many people are showing problems months after they have tested negative and supposedly should be better. Dr. Fauci provided testimony on that, especially as related to young people, and I would suggest that people read what that testimony or what his interview was, because again, we ought to be humble, we ought to try to be wise, and we ought to make sure that we know the risks that we are exposing, both adults, but especially our children too. All right, so today, this is about what we have seen on other Tuesdays, going back 3 or 4 weeks. We're announcing 627 new cases of COVID-19, 76 of them are in Kentuckians 18 years or younger. So again, we are seeing 10, 12, 15 plus percent of each of the numbers every day coming back like that, even though we believe the percent tested is significantly below the amount they make up of our population. That brings our total number of cases to 40,299. Now our positivity rate is down a little bit at 5.48%. That's good, but still over that 5 mark is really concerning. But I believe, again, first we got a plateau, then we can get on that downward slope, and then we are going to be in a much safer place to do things. We currently have 622 Kentuckians in the hospital. Let's be thinking about them. 147 in the ICU. Let's be praying for them. And 88 on a ventilator. Let's be reaching out to their families, praying for both the family and that individual. 9,223 folks that have recovered. New cases by county: Jefferson with a lot today, 131, Fayette 35, Scott 27, Warren 27, Hardin 26, including both an elementary and a high school age kid, and in Warren County I think we have 4 college age kids. Knox County with 20, Kenton with 19, Boone with 18, Bullitt 17, Franklin and Nelson 16, Montgomery 13, Hopkins 12, Jessamine 10, Callaway 9, including 1 school-age child. I mean, again, this ought to be concerning enough where we are right now, and based on who's testing positive when they likely took the test days ago, to make us concerned, and to make us wear our masks, and to make us do the right things to beat this virus. Today we've also lost 12 Kentuckians to COVID-19. 12. And when you look at this report, it's people of a number of different ages. We haven't had a lot of days where we have had double-digit deaths. What we've suffered from are a few every single day, which is hard, but a day that we have 12 from all over Kentucky is a difficult day.
Again, those numbers today putting us over the 40,000 mark. Our positivity rate still over 5%, but a bit better. 1 out of every 8 people in today's numbers were under the age of 18. And as the governor said, we also lost 12 individuals, and the youngest one of those was 44 years of age. A cold front is changing things up weather-wise. It's going to leave us sitting quite comfortably for days thereafter. But in the short term, showers and storms continuing largely to just the north of Magoffin County, getting the northern part of the county as well. But you can see that coming pretty much from our west, they will dip down into the rest of the viewing area sooner than later this evening. And as this front makes its trek across eastern Kentucky, it's going to start to slow, and that'll give us some more shower and maybe some storm chances a little later on in the week. But after that, it's going to feel like we've hit the fast forward button right on up to September or so, with daytime highs and low relative humidity being something that you're going to be fond or a fan of. Here's what that translates to in your Licking Valley RECC outlook. Showers and thunderstorms likely on and off, and more on for some, as you saw, up until about 3 a.m. We'll see mostly cloudy skies and a low of 63 tonight. 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, on average, but that is not related to any heavy downpours or thunderstorms that you might find yourself under rather suddenly or maybe even consistently. So keep that in mind. A 60% chance of showers and storms for some of us. We will definitely see some. And look what we're seeing tomorrow. It's the first time I've had a nighttime low in the 50s since I really can't recall when, and we might be just under the 80-degree mark for daytime highs for your Wednesday as well. That's right, partly sunny tomorrow, only about a 20% chance of some showers and thunderstorms in the mid-afternoon. 79 for your high and 57 for your low. Thursday we'll get back above the 80-degree mark, probably around 83 degrees, mostly sunny, and still only a 20% chance of some showers and thunderstorms in the late afternoon after 3 or 4 or so. Very slight chances before 7 o'clock on Thursday night. 82 and partly sunny on your Friday. And a 40% chance of some showers and storms afternoon, I think, a bit earlier Friday. That night, a low of 64. For your weekend, not too bad. There you're looking at it Saturday, partly sunny, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 7, kind of in the afternoon again. That's the pattern. Low 80s again on your Sunday with mostly sunny skies, still a 30% threat. Monday and Tuesday of next week, low 80s again, more sunshine again, and nighttime lows consistently right around 64 degrees. I'm still on the hunt for some good news, and I got some in the works and a few other things we're working on that I think you'll find of interest. So let's see how it all pans out tomorrow when hopefully you'll join me then. Good night. Good Tuesday. Thanks for watching.